the big boys are here. Mr. Rickman, is there...
Are we lip reading?
We are indeed.
Because I'm not good at it.
Well, you're looking very good nevertheless, Mr. Rickman. A very good evening, sir.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very well. My name is Phil. This is BBC Radio Manchester. We're alive-o, and you're very welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
Now, before we start, what did you think of Monkey tonight?
I wasn't there because we were working. We've just come... We're what's known in the trade as liggers. Because we work until like 10 o'clock and then come for the free...
And of course... There's lots of it. I wonder if we could just swap seats just for 1 second, and then it will be a little bit easier to do this. So do come over here, Alan, for a second. That's lovely. Now then, we know most of your work, of course, as a result of Die Hard. And
that's only 20 years old.
And
yes.
Robin Hood.
That's 18 years old.
And the Potion Master.
Right.
The Professor. But of course, your career started on stage only down the road here.
It did, yes. I went there today.
To revisit?
To have a look, yes.
And what did you think?
I think it needs a bit of work.
Do you have happy days, though, at the Library Theatre?
They were certainly memorable, because we were splitting our time between the library and the Wythenshawe Forum. Right.
Now, as far as theatre is concerned, and film, some people would say desperately different, but I suppose to an actor, it's very similar. How would you explain the difference?
If you're doing film, you keep your head stiller.
Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, pretty much.
If any students are listening that are at theatre school at the moment, but very much would like to follow you into film land, what would be your instruction? What would be your advice?
I would say, learn your trade first. It may sound like an unfashionable thing, but
yeah.
I'm a good union man, and the days of having to do 44 weeks in repertory theatre before you were allowed anywhere near a film set or a West End stage have long gone, and that's a shame.
Well, indeed, but tell us a little bit, Alan, if you would, about The Ground Beneath Her Feet. Tell us about what you're involved in tomorrow. It's a live production, it's a one-off production, it's all live, it's very, very complicated in as much as it's a mixture of film, of song and narration and orchestra.
Absolutely. It's an enormous adventure, is what it is, involving singers, one actor, narrator, Mark Elder conducting, Mike Figgis directing, and doing kind of video installation, I suppose you'd call it. It's an extraordinary kind of swimming pool that you just have to dive into, and that includes the audience.
Right.
It's not going to be a passive experience for them. It's an extraordinary, great epic novel about a great rock group that grew up in India, conquered the world in like the 70s and 80s, and added into that a triangular love story.
Is it a story of unrequited love?
Well, it is from my character's point of view, yeah.
Now, I believe you're not facing the action yourself, not facing the film, yet you're responsible for the narration of it.
That's
so,
right.
in reality, you could cock this up if you're not careful.
That would be accurate, yes.
Presumably, you will not, because you've rehearsed it to the second.
I'd like a few more seconds to rehearse it.
Has it gone well, though? Are you pleased with it?
Oh, it's been fantastic. Mike asked me to do it. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be free. I really wanted to be free, and then it turned out that I was free. I wouldn't have missed it for anything.
Absolutely, Mark. Of course, you're not unfamiliar with the world of music. You spent some time with young Mike Oldfield.
I did, and I've actually just finished a movie where I'll be singing, much to everybody's horror. Sweeney Todd, Johnny Depp and I have a big duet in that, and it'll be there for what might be your alternative Christmas entertainment, I think.
What sort of a singer are you, young Rickman?
Repairable.
So, did you enjoy the experience?
Of singing?
Yeah.
Absolutely, it was part of my training. Let's get back to that, and actors learning their craft. You know, you have to learn the whole gamut.
Absolutely. I have to remind our listeners that you suffered in your younger days with a speech problem, and
I don't know where you get this from. Have you been reading some terrible book about me?
Only a birth certificate. which is that true? Did you have a problem with speech when you were younger?
I don't remember it. No.
But it's all rubbish then, isn't it?
It is rubbish. Contained in the particular book that you may have been reading.
Well, I take it all back. But Alan, thank you very much indeed for spending.
I maybe do now have a speech defect, which could be, answer a lot of questions people have.
Not at all. Alan, good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming back to Manchester. I'm sure you'll enjoy the experience.
Thank you for testing my hearing.
Not at all. More from the stars involved tonight. There's